Hi there, David Hunter here from bloggerme.com, and today I'm reviewing the Australia-Ireland game from Saturday the 26th of June. Let's start with the first half. The first half was a bit of a non-event really. It wasn't that interesting to watch. Highlights, Jonathan Sexton, 5 out of 5 from the boot. Really impressive performance actually. Gave a very mature performance I thought at number 10 for Ireland. Matt Giteau missed another penalty right in front of the posts. That's maybe a confidence issue, a hangover from the week before whenever he missed one in front of the post against England. Australia scored 2 tries in the first half, both of which came from Ireland mistakes. The first one was an intercept by Luke Burgess of debutant Chris Henry at number 8 off the back of a scrum. Perhaps Henry not used to the pace of the international game, letting Burgess in. And right at the end of the half, Quade Cooper showed some brilliant individual skill, but in my eyes Shane Jennings made the mistake that led him into space in the first place. It looked to me as though he should have had him covered. So the half-time score was 16-15 to Australia, and I thought Australia were lucky at that. I mean, there's only one way to sum up their discipline in the first half, and that was stupid. They get caught not once but twice advancing in front of the kicker. I mean, I think it's a good refereeing decision to do that, but to be caught doing it twice in the same half, never mind the same game, I think was just a little bit stupid. Silly things like holding on to the ball out in touch, trying to slow it down. Again, good refereeing for Bryce Lawrence to catch that, seeing as Lawrence is not one of my favourite referees. The second half was actually more exciting, believe it or not. Both teams were looking to run the ball and actually move the ball relatively well. We're making half breaks, getting across the gain line, but the ultimate penetration just wasn't there. Perhaps Australia showed a little bit more penetration than Ireland and held on to the ball that little bit better. But as I say, it was better to watch, but there was no end product. Neither team scored. Australia perhaps looked more likely to score, but at the same time that's not saying a whole lot, because whenever it really mattered in the opposition 22, that there really didn't look to be much or any penetration. An uncharacteristically bad game from Brian O'Driscoll. Okay, he did some good work in the open, but he dropped a lot of passes. Now, I'm not saying all of them were simple, but for a player of his calibre, there's some ones that he certainly should have taken and didn't. I mean, really, both teams in this fixture were under strength. Australia missing a lot of first string players, and so were Ireland. So they're probably on a level from that point of view. Australia still look as though they have a bit of work to do going into the Tri-Nations if they want to compete with New Zealand and South Africa. Ireland, perhaps an improvement from the drubbing they took to the full New Zealand side a few weeks earlier, and the narrow loss they had to the Maoris. So they'll probably take more positives out of the end of their summer tour than the Australians will take out of the game. As I say, there's not much more to tell about this game. Not an exciting encounter at all. Perhaps the only other thing I could mention would be Bryce Lawrence refereeing the breakdown. Now, in my opinion, a lot of referees are now refereeing the breakdown very badly. Whether that's because the laws need to change or are bad, I don't know. I just find that a lot of referees put the advantage in the hands of the attacking side. You can pretty much do whatever the hell you want as an attacking player, but whenever you're defending, you have to be good as gold. And again, it's something that Lawrence really doesn't referee well at all. Not saying that other referees refereed a whole lot better, but certainly I think there's a bit to be left to be desired there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and if you have anything to add, please comment on my blog. Thanks.